hop on YouTube. Welcome to the hood table, where we chop up local and global events vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, laugh a little, get that wine in your system for your glass a little. Expose current events, talk trash a little. You never know, these opinions might trash a little. They addicted to the content. Gotta binge watch. If you don't like it, then you want to invite a bet your friends watching in the house and your job parking lot before you pocket. I don't wanna miss a second of this HD content. Everybody think they got something to say, though. It's an open invitation, bring it to the table. But if you come whack, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' probably turn you back until you start. Try again. Hey, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix. You don't need cable. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix. You don't need cable. Hey. Hey everybody, what's up? What's going on? Come on in, everybody. Make sure you hit that like button and make sure you share the live. Share the video, please, and thank you. And also, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can know every time we go live or upload a video. And also, I have two groups that I just recently opened on Facebook. So I'm going to put the links to both of those groups in on in the chat. One of the groups is actually my The Hood Table Facebook group. And then the other one is actually our Ruthless TV show Facebook group. So I would appreciate it if you guys could join both of them. if you like, no pressure. But the first link that I'm going to put in the chat is going to be for Ruthless. So let's see. Here is the link to our Ruthless TV show Facebook group. I'm just putting the link in here so that those of you who are not already found your way to our Ruthless TV show Facebook group, I just put the link in the chat. And let me go to the Hood Table link for our The Hood Table Facebook group, which I actually just created a few days ago. So the Hood Table Facebook group, I'm about to put the link in there right now. Okay. Here is the link to our The Hood Table. Oops, dang, I didn't finish it and already hit enter. Okay, here is the link to our The Hood Table Facebook group. So I have two groups, the Hood Table Facebook group, and I also have a select group for the Ruthless crew. So if you are part of the Ruthless crew, thank you already for joining our Ruthless Facebook TV show group. If you have not yet joined that group, I'm about to put the link. The link is in the chat for that. And then this link that I'm posting right now is to the Hood Table. So the Hood Table we have a Facebook group for that. And we also have the Ruthless TV show group. So again, and of course the Hood Table is on Twitter, Facebook, IG. So make sure you follow us on those networks, on those sites. But anyway, I got about 30 minutes. My mechanic just inboxed me and said my car is ready. I had to get some brakes, and let me just tell him, is my car done? He called me and I missed his car, and then he just tried to call me on Facebook too. So anyway, you guys, if you already saw the show, any of the shows, episodes 1 through 5 for Ruthless, feel free to comment in the chat. Put your opinions, your comments on any of the characters, the storylines, or anything, that you want to discuss about the TV show. A lot of things was going on in this last episode of the show. And, at the end of last show, we had saw how Ruth, she was getting the elder ritual done to her, and she didn't want it done. And I had actually said that last week, being that this show is supposed to be about Ruth trying to escape the cult with her daughter. I was like, after the 4th episode, I'm like, dang, when is it going to get to the point where Ruth is going to try to escape? And I asked you guys, did you think that the ritual was going to be the breaking point when Ruth decides, I can't take enough of this? At first, she was like totally brainwashed. I'm like, is that going to wake her up, snap her out of it? And it did, actually. And I had posted the post in our Ruthless Facebook group, and somebody else agreed. Yeah, I think that's going to be the turning point for Ruth. So, anywho, at the beginning of this last episode, we saw Andrew. He was requested to be the first of the 7 from the highest to I don't know what you want to call it. It is a ritual. I don't know if it's like a rites of passage or something like that. But anywho, he was supposed to be the first one to put it on Ruth, but he couldn't. He couldn't. And I was wondering if he wasn't able to get it up per se as the highest notice, if he wasn't able to get it up. Like, do y'all think the reason why he wasn't able to finish or even get started on Ruth was because he was possibly reeling from the fact that he had just recently been seated by the highest? Or do y'all think it has something to do with more of he's supposed to be with Tali? They got a baby on the way. At least Tali believes she's pregnant. He believes that they have a baby on the way. Or does it have something to do with he really doesn't want to do it? I don't know, because I'm asking y'all because he's supposed to be married to Sarah, the one who's been harassing the FBI about where her man at and why he hasn't called home or called down to the FBI station. And then he's now with Tali and think that he has a baby on the way. And then he gets seated by the highest. So I'm wondering where his mind is at. Like, is he not wanting to do it with Ruth because he's like, oh my God, this just happened to me by the highest. I just got seated and cleansed. And I'm sure that he tried to cleanse all of him. He probably tried to cleanse him all the way out. But anywho, y'all let me know, why do you think Andrew, I'm sorry, not Andrew, but yeah, Andrew, why do you think Andrew couldn't perform on Ruth? Let me know what y'all really think about that. Was it because he's still reeling from the fact that the highest just seated him, or if he's thinking about Tali and how he doesn't want to have sex with another woman, as far as another woman? But then again, I'm like, what happened? Like, we skipped the whole storyline. Like, Andrew, he's married to Sarah. He's been at the cult for 3 months. He hasn't talked to her or the FBI for like 3 weeks. They are now, they're sending Brian up there because they're trying to find out, is he alive? Is he dead? Is, what's going on? But we missed the whole storyline. Like, what made him even decide to have a relationship with Tali? I'm like, was him and his wife Sarah's relationship already on the rocks before he left to go undercover? Or is that supposed to be his just something to do undercover to make people believe that he's really there to be there, and he's not an outsider? But only Tali would know that anyway, right? Because nobody else knows that them two are having sex besides now Ruth. So anyway, y'all let me know what y'all thought about that. But as far as Tali, how she feels now. Now she now knows that at least she believes that she can now trust Ruth. Ruth knows what is going on now. She really knows the extent of what's going on. Like, even the drugs, she sees now that they're being drugged, even the children. She saw big containers that just said the Rackadushi or Racka, whatever they call. And she relayed that to Tali, that she thinks that if anything came out, like if the people supposed to be coming up there, the sheriff, or if anybody knew what was going on, that they would do like a what they did the Jim Jones with the Kool-Aid. Had everybody drink the Kool-Aid and everybody died. So that's what Ruth is afraid of. So anywho, Tali believes her now, and she really, thinks that she can trust her. She even brought Tali some untainted food. She brought her a little snack. She couldn't bring her a whole meal because elder mother was, staring at her the whole time in the kitchen, making sure that she put a pinch. She said, just put a pinch of this into that child's food. You don't want to put too much. But Ruth understands the full extent of what's going on right now. I mean, she even approached Daikon, asking him about his relationship with the highest. She even sees now that he's like really special. Like the highest sees him as a really special man, and Ruth, she's keying in on this. She even tried to get Daikon to give her some hints. Like, I think Ruth knows, like she knows in her heart what's being done to these men by the highest. She tried to ask Mother, but Mother was like getting all upset and getting angry when she was trying to ask her, if the highest didn't really touch me, how am I getting seated? She was like, how am I getting seated? And Mother was like, you getting seated because the highest seated the seventh. And Ruth is like, and how did he do that, Mother? That old lady, she was getting so frustrated with Ruth. She's like, you asking too many questions. You stepping out of line. You're getting out of pocket, sis. So anyway, Ruth, I think in fear of maybe getting beaten or punished for getting out of line, she brought it back. She reeled it back in. She calmed herself down, apologized to Mother for being a little bit too nosy. But she knows. And I think she was trying to get Daikon to give her some kind of hint that, what's going on with the fellas and the highest is really, true. But anywho, what do y'all think about Daikon now? Do y'all think Daikon fell for Ruth? Because when she kept telling him, because he was like, you didn't look like you was enjoying what was going on with the 7, or should we say the 6, because Andrew, he couldn't perform. He couldn't get it up. He could nothing. I'm like, I'm telling y'all, he was probably still reeling from the fact that he had just been cleansed by the highest. But anyway, she was telling him, you know what, next time, or if there ever is to be a next time, I would prefer for it to be only you. Now, Daikon, he looked like he was acting like this conversation is over. We shouldn't be talking about this. You're getting out of line, lady or woman. They look down on the women. He's like, you talking too much. You need to be quiet. Shut it up, Ruth. But a little part of me was thinking that Daikon kind of felt like some type of way. Like, I think he thinks he's really the man, like the big man on campus, like the highest looks at him as his special one. The highest treats him differently from all the other men. I think he's like his bottom. No pun intended. But anyway, and now he got Ruth coming at him on the side. She trying to be his little side piece and trying to, get him the idea that, they can have something on the side and the highest don't know nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? So I think Daikon, he's about to get real big headed. I really do. But do y'all think does he like really believe Ruth, or that he's going to fall for Ruth and try to get with Ruth? Or do you think he's strictly, you know what? But anyway, y'all let me know. But as far as the mother, I'm wondering, does she really understand what is going on? Like, do she really understand that there are 7 men in there and they are having sex with one woman? I think she understands that. But does she really understand that the highest is having sex with all these men? And then those men are all having sex with one woman. Do y'all think she understands that? Like, she seems like, at times she seems like she understands it, and at times it seems like she's just like, Ruth, just go with the flow. Just do what's asked of you. This is the way. This is the highest. I don't know. From Mother, I don't know. I'm not sure she understands the whole concept of the whole rituals and cleansings and all that. But anywho, Tali, she now knows from Ruth that Andrew was one of the 7. So now, Tali, how do y'all think she feels towards Andrew? Because after Ruth told her that Andrew was one of the 7, even though Ruth told her he couldn't perform, you know, the highest made him sit to the side. He gave him a kiss on the lips. Oh my God. I thought he was about to tongue him down. But he was just like, mwah. I thought he was about, did you see how he grabbed his face? He grabbed his face by the jaw and turned it to him. I thought he was going to slather him down. I sure did. But he just gave him a kiss right on the lip, just a smack on the lips. And I still was like, oh, Andrew done been cleansed. And Tali knows this. She's like, oh my God, the highest has got to him. But do y'all think that Tali is done with Andrew? Because Ruth kept trying to explain to her, he didn't do it. He couldn't perform. He didn't do it. And Ruth was like, it makes sense now why all the other 6 men could perform and Andrew couldn't, because you and him been messing around and you think you're pregnant. And maybe Andrew was feeling like he was cheating on Tali. But again, is that the case? Because Andrew is also cheating on his wife as well. And we still don't understand why he decided to actually have a real relationship with Tali and then knock her up on top of that. So again, do y'all think that Tali is done with him? Because the way she was looking at him, she wasn't looking at him as if like she kept saying she think the highest got to him. And Ruth, I believe Ruth was thinking that Tali thinks that the highest by getting to Andrew means that the highest is making Andrew do whatever he wants. But I think what Tali was saying was he's been seated by the highest. And now that Andrew has been officially seated and cleansed by the highest, is she looking at him like, oh, you gay? Oh, you done been taken by a man. You allowed yourself to be taken by a man. So therefore, I don't want to have no parts with you. Even if she is pregnant. Do y'all feel that way? Or is that just me? Y'all let me know, because she sure is pushing him away. And then she even told him, I'm staying. I'm not going nowhere. Knowing in the back of her head that she still wants to leave and she still wants to get out of those parts of town. So again, y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. And then also Brian's wife, Lynn. That child, I believe Lynn is going to run back up there to Virginia from DC to be with the highest. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. Now, she was having some dreams. She was having some daydreams. She's up there watching the highest videos. She's at their website. She's watching their videos. She's daydreaming, dreaming. She even is having dreams about Daikon. Now, what's that about? I'm starting to believe that Daikon really got it going on, y'all. I'm starting to believe that's why the highest thinks he is so special. And that is why Ruth approached him talking about, next time, can it just be you and I, you know? Can it be you and I? And now Lynn, she's up there talking about Daikon in her sleep, and her husband heard her. He's like, who is this Daikon? You've been saying his name or their name. I don't even think he knows it's a man. So he's like, you've been saying Daikon in your sleep lately. And she's like, she gave him some kind of excuse why, what's going on or not. And every time he asks her, are you okay? Do we need to go back to the doctor? Do they need to make sure all the drugs is totally out your system? Because his wife is acting suspect, y'all. I really do believe that she is going to go back up there to that coat. So y'all let me know what y'all think. And then when she found the phone number in the pocket, her jacket pocket, when she found the phone number and she called that phone number, and who answered? Daikon on the other line. And he's asking her how she been, how she doing. Do you miss me? Do you? He said, lick the paper. You want to know what we did to you? What was going on with you? You want to know what that feeling was that she seems to keep feeling like a little bit? He was like, lick the paper. I think she's going to lick that paper eventually, but she wasn't about to do it right now. She's like, I ain't licking no paper. He hung up on her. Is she gonna call back? Is she gonna lick the paper? Y'all let me know what y'all think about that. But I really do think that she's gonna go back up there. But now, as far as Brian, he's up there in Virginia now. He done hooked up with the sheriff. He done got him a little gig up there. Officer Polk seems to be hating. Officer Polk was out of shape. Bill's all been out of shape, because the new cop Brian, who just got hired, he's trying to find out what's up. Why do they need a new cop? The other lady cop is like, oh, he's quick on his toes. He's in better shape than you. He's young, all this kind of stuff. And Officer Polk was like, what you mean? He really is confused about what's going on. And then he tried to throw it up in Brian's face about the Rakadushi. He was like, that's my beat. You don't have to worry about that. Because Brian was like, what you know about the coat? What you know about the Rakadushi? She's like, oh, you ain't got to worry about that. That's my beat. It was his beat. It was his beat. Did y'all see his face when the sheriff asked Officer Brian Rollins to take a ride with him? He was like, where they going? Where they going to solve some crimes, to do some investigation? Those crimes per se, the sheriff, he keeps hearing like rumors of all these bad things going on at the coat. They don't have any proof yet. Some people think the code is okay. They all in the neighborhoods and in the city parts or out shopping and stuff. People like, oh, they seem like good people. They seem really nice. No, the sheriff is not falling for that. Now, at first I thought the sheriff was one of the people in the back pockets of the cult, but I came to realize last week, I don't think that's true. I think the sheriff really wants them out of there, and I think he really does not want it to be some kind of Jim Jones thing, some kind of Waco thing, some kind of Ruby Ridge thing like he said. As far as Officer Polk, though, what do y'all think about him? I really think that he actually might be in the back pockets of the cult. So y'all let me know what y'all think about that, because I don't know. I was kind of giving him the side eye. He looked kind of suspect to me too, like he might be in cahoots with the cult. And they trafficking drugs. They supposed to be sex trafficking and all that. So I really have a feeling that he's in on all that. But again, y'all let me know how y'all feel about all that. Andrew's wife. That's the last thing I want to talk about. Andrew's wife. That child, she can't sit still. She antsy. She wants to know where her husband at, where her boo thing at. She done actually went up to the coat. She done drove her tail up to the coat. Now, did she think that she could bring Andrew home? Did she really think she could just walk in there? Where my husband at? Where my husband at? And they would just send him home with no consequences, no questions. Like this man, if she bust up this whole, oh my God, she could really get him in trouble. Like really, and maybe possibly neither one of them will be leaving there. Did y'all hear what they said about Tali? Did you hear what that old lady mother said about Tali? That she could be stoned if Ruth don't put her in check. And if Ruth don't make sure she get back in line with what's going on at the coat. I don't know if they're really stoning people up there, but she did say she can go to the Stones wall or something like that. So I'm thinking that they be stoning people like they used to do back in the Jesus days, So I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, Andrew, when he saw her walk up to the gates, his eyes said it all. Like he was just pleading with her, please go home. Don't ask no questions. Turn around, get back in your little car, take your butt back to DC. Do not come back. And they was just looking at it. It was like a standoff between the two of them, wife and husband. Insider and outsider. It was like a standoff between the two of them. So y'all let me know what y'all think is gonna happen. Do y'all think she's gonna be allowed to come in? Do y'all think that the same thing that happened to Lynn is gonna happen to Sarah? Do you think that she will demand to see the highest? Let me know what y'all think. I sure hope they don't have her up in there and drugging her up and then putting all 7 of them on her again, just like they did with Lynn. But anyway, she's desperate to find out why he hasn't contacted her. He hasn't contacted the FBI offices. She's desperate to find out. So I don't know. People do desperate things in desperate situations. So y'all let me know what y'all think about Miss Sarah and her trip to the coat. Let me know what y'all think gonna happen to her. But anyway, y'all, that's all I got on the review. I'm gonna have to run down here and get my car out the shop. Again, it's in the shop getting some brakes and some oil change, brakes and oil change. So I need to go run and get my vehicle out of the shop. But anyway, you guys, if you didn't already click the like button when you first came in, make sure you hit that like button, give us a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And again, I put 2 separate links in the chat. One of those links is to our The Hood Table Facebook group. The other link is to the Ruthless TV show Facebook group. So make sure y'all click the link to both of those and I will approve you to join the link as long as your profile does not look trollish. Okay. And in the meantime and in between time, to my Primetime TV squad and to my The Hood Table squad, stay safe, be blessed, stay healthy, and I'm out. Deuces.